Hello! Welcome to Time and a Half. My name is Operator 16, poet, blogger, songwriter, rapper extraordinaire! And we're gonna dive into it. I don't know why, it just seemed dramatic, like I should just walk away. Just walk away.
Have this feeling, haven't felt for so long. Took a hold on me, let go. I've been sleeping.
So there's this one kid on YouTube with over 17 million subscribers. Does nothing but review toys.
Right.
Nothing but review toys. And last time I checked, he's making over $22 million.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
It is.
I remember growing up, my mama always told me, boy, you better make good grades.
Yep.
You better go to college. You better get a good job, get that pension.
Yeah.
And all this time, back when N64 and PlayStation was out and we was just playing video games, just being kids, we could have taken that to a new level. Like, we could be streamers, we could be different kinds of YouTubers, making different kinds of content without all those degrees, without all that money spent in loans or, on things like tuition.
Yeah.
And we could legitimately be rich right now. Potentially. Nothing's guaranteed, but it's a possibility because there's other people that did it.
Yeah.
So that brings up the interesting question. What is college actually worth today?
Well, I'm a college dropout, so I guess I don't know much about college. I only spent a year and a half in college before they politely kicked me out. But I feel like in today's world, college is like a niche market.
Why do you say that?
Because if you're not going for something specific, like if you're not going for doctors, nurses, a lawyer, something that's going to potentially save a life that you should be highly trained for, what are you going to college for? Because half of you don't even use it long term. Like, I've traveled around the country. I've lived in Oregon and Alaska, and I've been in New York, and I've been about 35 states. So I've met a lot of people, and most people I've met have done nothing with their college degree at all. It just sits on the shelf and collects dust.
I remember, when I was going to the University of Alabama, or when I was enrolling rather, you see the list on their website of all the different degrees you can pick.
Yeah.
And it seems like a lot of them could be translated into literal jobs, like degrees in civil engineering, or, obviously, like you said, the medical and the legal degrees that you can get. But then there's a lot that make a whole lot less sense. It seems like some degrees, some undergraduate degrees at least, are meant to be fluff to let you get to more specific degrees.
Yeah, it has to be. It's still a business at the end of the day. It's college, but it's still a business.
That actually brings up another pretty good point. Like, at what point does education for the sake of education matter than the pursuit of profit? Right? We consider education to be very important. The more educated the society is, the better we are for it, because that leads to innovation.
Yeah.
But why do we charge through the nose for it? Like, yeah, I get it. If you're my professor, you don't owe me anything.
Right.
Unless I pay for it. But at what point am I going, why am I told that education is to be held at such a high standard and that I'm supposed to pay through the nose for it? There's so many hoops that we have to go through to get the level of education that people say we should have. And then when they give it to us, it's not of a quality that we would have expected for the money we paid for it.
Right.
Because there's tons of people our age that are in tens of thousands of debt.
Oh my God, yes. Like,
And-
crazy amounts of debt.
And even the people that succeeded through college, I'm not even talking about the dropouts or the people that didn't go through with it. Even the people that succeeded, there's a lot that don't have anything to show for their degree.
They got nothing to do with it.
Not like they don't have a job in their field. There probably aren't any jobs available in their field at the very least. And then even if there are, if there's 6,000 people with the same degree, let's say you all went to the same college. You got relatively similar credentials. What's to say they're even gonna pick you? You all spent your time in college. Most of you probably don't have any real life experience. So what difference does it make? You all have the same degree.
I just think that in today's world, people need to understand that there are ways to be successful outside of college. And you look at the growth and the expansion of the social media influencer, which, by the way, I have no idea what an influencer is. As someone who is considered an influencer in a certain community online, I don't say for reasons, but I don't understand what the job is. Like, granted, they make a lot of money doing it, but is it long-term like stabilization? No. But what it does is get you to where you want to go a little faster than what traditional college is right now. A lot of people graduate traditional college, and then they realize having a bachelor's degree now is like having a high school diploma. Everyone has one. So then they end up going back into school. Much rather than like these people who create podcasts and YouTubes and their influencers on social media. I feel like we get to our dreams a little faster because we use this to catapult ourselves into like things. So for instance, like I use my influence on my social media platform to like influence my YouTube page, and that got very, very big quickly, and not very, very big, but just getting there, and like make my music better. So I feel like we get there a little faster going unconventional than the conventional route.
Alright, really quick, if you like this video and you want to keep the conversation going, drop a comment below, hit that like, subscribe, and bell notification so we can let you know every time we upload.
And please, let us know any conversations that you like to hear us talk about. Life, love, politics, anything you want. This is your podcast. We're just here for you because we always have time and a half.
Let's get back to the video. Alright, so you mentioned being an influencer. Is that something you think anybody could do? Like, anybody can get up and go to college, potentially. You know, got the money to pay for it. Anybody can do it. You think influencing on social media is something that anybody can do?
No, because it is something that requires a lot of mental toughness. And let me just kind of explain it for our people who, if you know me, Operator 16, if you're on Twitter, you know about me, you can search my name. Trust, there's a lot of tweets about me out there, thousands. But when this happened for me personally, I literally gained 1,000 followers overnight, gained 3,000 in a month. And I became an influencer in a certain community of people. And what I quickly learned was that everything you say and do is highly scrutinized. I couldn't tweet anything bad. I couldn't make YouTube videos that said anything bad about anyone, because at any given moment I could go viral. And I went viral multiple times. I had people with hundreds of thousands of followers calling for my downfall. I had a magazine put out a whole press release about me, saying how like I was a person who was toxic and problematic, and when all I did was ever speak my opinion. Never threatened anyone, never harmed anybody. I said, I'm going to speak my opinion. And so, no, not everyone can be an influencer, because not everyone is going to want to have to be that buttoned up perfect image all the time. It is incredibly stressful. And that's why I took a step back from it, and I no longer want to be an influencer in that community, because I can't speak my mind openly. People expect you to be this figurehead, and they can just spit lies about you. Like, people on Twitter say I'm 56, I don't have a job, just the most outrageous lies about me are just spread all the time.
Isn't publicity like that beneficial still?
Oh, definitely. Like every time I put a video up on YouTube, it gets 300, 500 views in a day because of my name being so attached to so much shit on Twitter. But at the same time, it's like I don't want to just be known for like getting in trouble for speaking things.
Yeah, I can only imagine what the first time you got a death threat.
Yeah. What
did that do for your mental state?
Okay, so and this is the downside of social media and influencing, and I'll tell you the story straight up. I got into a little trouble in the K-pop world thanks to a video that I made. I understand that. I took it down. And I apologized. There was a certain page with about 20,000 followers that like mentioned me once again after all this had died down, telling people like I was problematic and don't follow me. So I said, you know, hey, keep my name out your mouth or I'm whoop your ass. That's what I said. On some, you know, hood black man shit. Not hood, but you know. Didn't know it was like a 15-year-old girl because they had a fake profile picture.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously that goes viral. I get called a woman beater. I called all this outrageous shit, and I get a text message from someone I've never heard of, who I don't know how they got my number, saying they're gonna pull up at my house.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the first time that I ever realized this internet shit was real. And you always hear rappers say that, like, the internet shit can get your ass beat.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the first time that I ever realized, like, everything I say and do on here can literally cost me my family safety. So getting death threats was crazy because it's music. All this started because I said my opinion on music.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally all it was. I can see if I was talking about race or religion or politics, something like that. I don't touch those topics. Don't care to. To receive death threats on my life for speaking about music and K-pop music at that was crazy. It is mind blowing. I still don't know how to put it into words. Like, it doesn't even seem real that people are that intense about this.
So obviously, I'm assuming like that this person that threatened to come up to your house, they never showed up.
No, so I told them if you do, I'll make sure you leave in a body bag or more in the hospital. So
And like information like that is public. Like IP tracking is very real and very possible. They can use your personal IP to get your information online. You know, your name, phone number, address, some other information. Because there's another guy on YouTube that does like he used to play Call of Duty, and he was a trained voice actor, and he would do like a Nigerian warlord, right? And he'd use that voice, at first to like troll the people on there and like have fun with them and stuff. But then he'd use it at like the toxic people in the chat comms. He'd use it to scare them into not being, so mean to people. It's like you'll have a kid on there that's just angry that he's not doing well at the game, and he'll say something about your mom or he'll insult you or something.
Yeah.
And what this guy would do was track the IPs of everybody in his lobby so that he'd, first of all, call them by their first and last name, tell them where their address is, and it would scare them because they don't know where this information came from or how he knows it.
Yeah.
And then they think he's an African warlord. So when he's like, this can get very real, the kids always take the bait. They're always scared.
And see, that's what I'm trying to teach these people, because the people in the K-pop community, they know me as Operator 16. They knew me as like this lighthearted, fun guy, right?
Yeah.
And so they only knew me from May of 2018 until now.
Mm-hmm.
Literally all they know me from. They don't know my days of being a regular person when I was, involved in selling drugs and had friends who were Bloods and Crips and was in that street life very heavily at a certain time in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't get that all that is still ingrained in me and it doesn't leave who you are. So when I'm not this 15-year-old kid on the internet, and when I'm not this person to be played with because I have a severe anger issue that I keep managed because I know myself, but I know like I have a very bad anger issue, like I always have since I was a little kid. But they don't get that this talking on internet shit is real. But unlike them, I'm very willing to back up everything I say because I watch what I say. Mm-hmm. These people will come out and say anything about me. I constantly get hate mail. I constantly get threats. And nobody says anything to them saying it. But because I'm the one that was gifted a platform, I'm the one who has to sit here and take it all. Mm-hmm. So I would say regular jobs might be a little bit more blissful for people if you really can't take the life of making your career and your money off social media. Mm-hmm. Because you have to be okay with people lying on you, people talking about you, people who don't know you from a can of paint saying everything that they want about you, and and the entire world be leaving it. It is one of the most frustrating things.
But do you think it's worth it?
Oh yeah, because when this money start coming, like, it's cool because even when I'm getting in trouble,
Mm-hmm.
like even when I made a video, I made a certain video about the biggest K-pop group in the world. If you know who they are, then you know. And one of their members had on a T-shirt that was commemorating the bombing of Japan in World War II.
Mm-hmm.
And so I made a video about it. And even when it went bad, that video still got like 2,000 views.
Mm-hmm.
And like, and overall, yeah, I lost like 2,000 followers on Twitter, but I only lost like 20 YouTube subs.
Mm-hmm.
And long term, you're gonna make a lot more money off YouTube than you ever will off Twitter.
Yeah.
So I guess all the hate was definitely worth it because now I'm known throughout K-pop in general, and I can speak upon anything. I put out a video yesterday, it's already got 500 views,
Mm-hmm.
and I only have 196 subscribers. So I guess if you can take the heat in the kitchen, you can definitely make this a career. But if you can't, there's nothing wrong with being a regular person, working a regular job, doing what you want.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to have really thick skin, or else this industry will eat you alive.
A lot of people see content creation as something easy, something, you know, you don't have to put in a lot of hard work to do. You just get in front of a camera, talk, and then upload.
Absolutely not.
How much work do you actually put into the things you upload?
All right, so I'm a blogger in hip hop
Mm-hmm.
and in K-pop,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm a poet,
Mm-hmm.
and I have my own podcast,
Mm-hmm.
and I work a 9 to 5. People do not understand. I can spend 10 to 12 hours a day putting together content that I don't get paid for.
Mm-hmm.
People do not understand how intricate these details are. Okay, I need to post a poem. What hashtags do I use? Okay, I have a song coming out. Where am I going to promote it to? Okay, I have a new K-pop video coming out. What am I doing? This is such a science to learning how these algorithms work, because all this stuff now has to deal with numbers and how your timeline works and what's popular right now. Like, people think they can just put 5 minutes of work into this and get the benefits. No, this takes hours and hours of planning and getting it right. Content creating is a full-time job that does not come with full-time money until you get really, really a lot of followers. And that's why we push followers so much. It's not that we care about followers, because a lot of us don't. We just know that on an average day, I spend at least 5 to 7 hours putting together content. And I would like to see rewards for that. And I know that only comes with a certain subscriber count or follower number and things like that. Like, it's a lot of work.